everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Yes, I'm wearing a mask. This is fitting because it matches the piece that I did for the Halloween fall challenge, and I'm so excited for you to see it at the end because I actually used this mask to stage my piece, and my piece is more of a Halloween theme. I was going along with 1900s sort of dark, spooky, floral, maybe British home. That was the thinking in my mind. So I think it turned out really beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And the host for this challenge is Lemons to Lemonade TX. You will have to check out their channel and their videos. Amazing couple, beautiful work. And they will be actually picking a winner out of all of the videos that are involved in this. Now, I don't know how many videos are involved or channels, but there are quite a few. They have been playing all day today, so check them out. The playlist is in my description that has all of the videos that are involved in this challenge in that playlist, so you can just watch from bottom to the end. So enjoy this video. I will also put Lemons to Lemonade link in my description as well, so you can check out their channel right from there. So thanks again and enjoy this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this is the piece that I had picked for the challenge. It came with a mirror. This is a vintage 3-drawer dresser. The handles are wooden. The whole piece is wooden, and it's so clean and beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with it. It comes on original caster wheels. I just love this piece. It's super cute. So I took off the hardware, which is what I always do with every piece. And the hardware I'm actually going to be keeping because they are unique and they do match this dresser very well. I started by sanding the top of the dresser because I knew I wanted raw wood as I'm going to be staining this piece. Now, when you're sanding down to raw wood, make sure you're using 80 grit, then 220, and usually then I use 60 grit sanding paper. And once it's stained and top coated, I use 1000 grit sanding block. As you can see here, there is beautiful wood grain underneath, and I knew that by looking at this piece right off the bat. I scuff sanded the entire piece with my orbital sander. You can use sandpaper if you want to. And then I used Crud Cutter to clean the whole piece, wiping down the top, but not actually spraying the raw wood with the Crud Cutter, just wiping it with the damp cloth. I always work with the top first if it's raw wood, and I knew I wanted to stain, but I have not been using stains lately like Minwax, which I usually do love, but I have been using Country Chic paint glazes. They come in several colors, and they actually work as a stain. Now with the glaze, you don't have to wait 72 hours like other stains like Minwax or oil-based stains. You have to wait 72 hours to top coat, but with the glaze, you don't. You can top coat once it's dry. So I mixed a little bit of paint, which was Licorice by Country Chic paint, with the glaze, just to create a darker stained look to match the piece. Because the paint I'm using is black paint, and I wanted the top to be a darker, more ebony stained look. So I used a Country Chic paint sponge to apply the glaze paint mix. And it does look dark on top right now, but once it's applied, it does soak into the wood and looks a little lighter. Once that was drying, as you can see, the top's there. It's looking really good. I used Ursula by Mango Paint, and I love this paint. I had some left over and knew this was the piece to use it on. It was perfect for my Halloween challenge look that I was going for. And I'm just using my oval brush to apply this on. And yes, I'm not actually using my sprayer this one. I'm using a brush. Sometimes I do like to hand brush. Now this paint is thinner than Country Chic paint, and I actually only had to do 2 coats of this paint though. So here is what it looks so far. This is what the top looks like, and you can still see the wood grain coming through, which is exactly what I wanted. Now it was time to paint the mirror. So I scuff sanded the mirror with 220 grit sanding disc, making sure that I got all of that glossy surface off of the top so that there was really good adhesion. And this mirror is in really good condition, which I'm really happy about. Never use 80 grit when you're scuff sanding. It will just completely scratch up your wood surface. So once I had done that, I used crud cutter to clean, and my lint-free cloth, or just the rag that I had used before. It's swiveling around because I have it on a swivel stool. Make sure before you go to paint that that your surface is really dry. So that's what it's looking like so far, and I can't wait to get the mirror on and have the whole look put together. So when I looked at the hardware again, I thought, okay, I need to sand it down to raw wood. I wanted exactly like the top, and I knew these handles were solid wood, so I used my orbital sander, which was quite difficult mid-air, but I managed to get the handles down to raw wood, as you can see here. Once I had done all three, you can see here that it matches the top, and I used my sponge again to just go over the wood
the same stain that I used
handle
on
with
top,
the glaze paint mix.
and I did all three of them. So that's
I only needed to do one coat. So I wanted this piece to also be distressed because I wanted some of the wood to show through, which is going to match the paper that I'm using for the drawer sides. So I just used my orbital sander. You can use sandpaper to do this as well. So here was my idea where I was thinking 1900s sort of damask design in a very dark, spooky castle sort of home. But that was my idea. And it was actually all coming together how I pictured it. So this is the tissue paper that I'm using to put on the side panels. It's called Dark Damask. And I just brushed clear coat onto the surface, placed the tissue paper on to the clear coat, and then I used my utility knife to just cut where the line was. It was quite easy on this because it's a straight panel, and there were indents to the panel, so it was easy to cut. Once I had done that, I brushed on clear coat on top to seal it. Make sure that you are putting a really good amount onto the tissue paper to seal it, but not so much that you're seeing bubbles. Then I added another piece of tissue paper. The rolls come with 2 sheets in them. And I placed that on the bottom to match up with the top one. So I was going to leave the inside of the drawers, but it was really bothering me and knew I had to go back to them. So I thought that it would be a mess, but it actually turned out really well and quite satisfying to remove. I sprayed the crud cutter all over the old wallpaper, and then used my utility knife that had a putty knife on the end of it to remove the wallpaper. Some areas were a little stubborn, but they weren't really that bad at all. It was mostly like this. So once all that was done with the drawers, I decided to add some tissue paper to the drawer sides that matched the side panel paper. And this is another design that was in my head that I knew I wanted to add to this piece to match that 1900 dark floral idea that was going on in my mind. So again, I brushed clear coat onto the drawer surface and then used my knife to cut where I had measured it at the edge. I brushed a bit more clear coat onto the drawer side because there wasn't enough. I really love the Country Chic paint angle brushes to apply this. I'm always using those ones to brush the clear coat on for decoupage. So then you're going to place the tissue paper on like I did, and then I used my utility knife to just cut again along the edges. I was having a hard time keeping this tissue paper up for some reason. Then I brushed clear coat on the top to seal it and to secure it a bit better than it was. So I let the tissue paper dry on the panels and the drawer sides overnight, and then the next day I came in, sanded with 1000 grit sanding block on the paint surface and the top, and then started to spray clear coat to seal the entire piece. And as you can see, the paint finish is so beautiful. It has a sheen to it, and it just really took well to this top coat. After I had done 2 coats of the top coat, I sanded again with a 1500 sanding block to make sure that the surface was completely smooth. I almost forgot to paint the mirror, but I did paint it, and then I used a Country Chic paint sponge to go over the paint with that clear coat, making sure there weren't any drips or any sort of frothing. This is a really great way to apply top coat without getting streaks. And here is the final look. I got the mirror onto the back to help me out, or my husband helped me out to put it on, and the top coat just brings out all of those distressed areas. Even the distressed wood matches the side florals, as you can see here. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I just love it, and I'm so happy that this piece had actually sold to a previous customer who loves it as much as I do. I hope that you enjoyed this video. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. I absolutely love how that piece turned out, and it's actually sold. So I'm really happy about that. I did start the piece a couple of weeks ago and posted it for sale, and it sold. So to a previous customer actually, and I just love how it turned out. So thank you again to Lemons to Lemonade TX for hosting this challenge. It has been so much fun, and thank you to all of you for watching all of our videos. I cannot wait to see who the winner is, and we will be letting you know who the winner is, I think, in a week or two. So take care, have a great day, and I will see you next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern with another video. And don't forget to like and subscribe.